friends, today we are starting with a modifier 2. Before using a modify panel, previous session we have gone through with the drawing panel in our ribbon of AutoCAD. So now in a modifier planner we will be studying about move, rotate, extend. These are all your modifier tools and which are not rarely it is used continuously in your software whenever you are working. So let's start with our modifier panel. So before starting I have set my units limits in a AutoCAD. So whenever you're starting, after you set your limit, just zoom, enter, all enter. So we'll come to your sheet setup. Then we will just draw a rectangle. We can manually draw your rectangle, but you will not come to know what is the measurement you are going to display. Fine. So this is 9. So dimension, if it is too big or large, you can modify it. I have given 10. I'll be giving 5 for arrow. For text, I'll be giving 10. So enter, set current and close. So it has been changed, right? So same thing, modifier. I want the text to be some 4, arrow size to be some 1, enter, set current, close. This is nominal enough. Then you can move it. Now here rectangle, I'll be selecting here. Just I'll give directly with a measurement. Just give a point, specify a base point, then go for a dimension in your command panel and how much you want dimensions. Suppose I want 100, enter. Width, how much you want? 100, enter. So you got 100 by 100 rectangle. If you want to check, go for annotation and take a quick measurements, so you'll come to know what you have done is right or wrong. So now I want to move this rectangle to some other place. So whenever you want to come back, you have to just click on a escape button. Select your object which has to be moved and go to your move tool. Shortcut key is M. Select it and just move wherever you want, right? Next, coming to your rotate. Select your object, rotate. Once you can manually rotate it, or else select your object, use a move tool. Just you want to move it, right? Now this one I want to rotate with the giving a what is the angle to rotate. So to rotate this one, I will give a reference angle as 45 degree. So automatically when I give 45 degree, it has moving to your 45 degree. Next, coming to your extend or trim. In this we will be learning how to extend or trim. For that, I'll go and draw a circle over here and divide it into 4 halves. Escape, select and escape. Now this one I want to trim it. I don't want these parts. So I'll select whole object, go for a trim option. Select your trim and once again select your object, go for, just click on your trim and whichever you don't want, you can remove it. This is escape, this is your trim. So 1/4 of your circle you have received. Now I want what was previously done. So just I want to show the division of my circle. So go for a trim, just draw down, you'll get an extend tool. Just before that starting, just select it and keep it over there, extend, then come out, escape key, select your object and click on extend and select which line you want to extend and come on back. So this is your extend tool. Now if you want to erase, select your, I want to erase this rectangle and use your erase, which will be deleted, or else you can select it and you can click on your delete button. Next is copy. I want a copy of this circle, some 3 copies. Select it and go with your copy command. So shortcut key is CO, copy. Select and enter. Select, click. So how much copy you want, I can make it, but I need a 3 copy of my circle. The same thing, I can go and copy it, right? So you can got a circle over here. Now I will just draw a triangle over here. Just go with a poly. In poly, I need a 3 sides. Enter 3. So to make a circumference, So I want to make a triangle. Just I have made a triangle over here. Select this and move. M is the shortcut key to move. Move, enter. This is a triangle, right? Exactly the same thing I want to mirror over here. So if I copy, it comes in this format, but I don't want, I want that in a mirror copy. So I will copy this triangle down, escape, go to your mirror, select your object, give a enter. It is asking to specify my first point as well as second point. Do you want to erase the source object? You should say no. When you say no, then your source object also will be present. If you don't want, you just want to mirror it, then you have to select your object, use a mirror, mi, and just start, center, and if you want to erase your source object, you can erase it. So only one object will be mirrored. Next, coming to your chamfer fillet. So let me activate the ortho. So I'll be getting with exactly horizontal or vertical lines. So one is open, one is closed. So here, coming to your fillet, it is a smooth curve. Select first object and second object. You can say it is a sharpen, but as I said you, it is a smooth curve. So before that, you can close your joints in this method or else with a smooth curve. So select your fillet. Here comes radius. How much you want the radius? Just give. I have given 5 as my radius, and you can see here you have got a fillet smooth curve. How much you want, that much you can give. Suppose radius I want 50. Select first line and second line. You can now see there is a smooth curve at the edges. Now coming to your chamfer. Chamfer is nothing but a inclined line. So for that you have to first select a line, then go with the distance, how much distance you want. Suppose I'll be giving 50. Okay, enter and select your next line. So this is your chamfer point. Yes, this is your chamfer and this is your fillet. Next, coming to your next object is nothing but a blend curve. It is nothing but just you have to draw two lines which are not joined to each other, then go with the blend curves, select first object and second object. This is just a curve. You can see you can adjust in any form as your requirements. Okay, now I will draw a rectangle over here. This is my rectangle. This is directly taken from a rectangle toolbox. Now I will, using a line, I will just draw a rectangle. To joint, I will use a fillet command, F enter. So this has been joined. Now you can see everything is divided into particular segments, right? But when you select a rectangle, it is selected whole together. Now I want to divide this rectangle. So select your rectangle and give it an explode. It is nothing but your rectangle has been exploded into a different segments, right? Next, again I'll be going with the rectangle only. Now I want to stretch this rectangle. So use a stretch command, select your object, enter and your displacement. So from here to, once again, stretch, select your object, enter. So how much you want to displace, you can displace in this way. But when you are drawing a rectangle and if you want to move, then this is not the way. When you want to stretch, you have to stretch using a command. Next, coming to your scale. Now this circle is of 50. Radius is 50. To know the radius, select your radius tool. You can see it is in 50. Now this one, I'll be using a scale command. Select my base point, okay, and I'll be giving a scale as 2. So now you can see it's 100. It is multiplied twice. So 50 into 2, it has given 100 a radius. So this is the scale command, you can give the scale factor. Now coming to your array. What is this array? So when I want to give a multiple copy, you can use a array too. Now suppose select move, select your circle, just click on array. You can see it has directly given with the 4 rows and 3 columns and 4 rows. So now I'll be giving with the 4 equal rows, 4 rows and 3 columns, 4 columns and 4 rows. If you want 3 columns and 4 rows, you can see there is a 3 columns and 4 rows. Okay, this is your array. So same thing with the triangle or rectangle, you can work it out. Right angle triangle, select this one. Before that I'll go with the next option is path array. Just using a polyline, I will be giving some different path. Right, now select this one, go for your path array. It is asking to select an object. Select your object, enter and give a path. So you can see it has been working with your path. So how you move, the way your escape, move, so can you see this is your step path and you have got your path array in that format. So if I give a circle over here, and a small circle over here, so path array, select your object, enter and select your path, which path you want to move. So you can reduce or increase and make it as a path array. Okay, it will move along the path. Next, coming to your polar array. So again I'll be using a circle command. So select your array, polar array. So select your object, enter, select your base point. At a point you can see your circle has been moved around. This is your polar array. Now this is your offset. So I'm drawing a line. So this is your offset command. Okay, at what distance you want to offset? At a 50, enter, select your line and you can see you have got another line. Let me check the measurement, that is here 50. The same way, O is the shortcut key for your offset. How much you want? Suppose I want 500, enter, select and you can move it. So now your line has been offsetted to 500 meters, right? So you can see it's 500 meters. So same thing, suppose I want a rectangle to be offsetted. So use our offset command and give a offset distance of 250, enter, select your object, enter. So in this manner you can offset and make a frames. So this is your offset tool. In this chapter you have learned how to use a modify tool as well as a dimension, that is a annotation in annotation with measurements. Thank you friends. If you like my channel, please do subscribe